So I never knew this until today. I never knew this until today. I never knew it. Now let me just I just want to give you the simple understanding for you to understand very well. I never and ever knew this until today that most of the great leaders I've seen so far were being trained before they become leaders. Now let me put it this way for you to understand very well. The leaders before they become the leaders that we most people, thousands and billions of people got to admire them was once at the zero bottom. They were nobody. Now they had something of it they focus on, and one thing get to other thing, and then other thing get to other thing, and then they spark to become the light. Now let me explain this for you to understand what I'm trying to mean over here. And I'll talk about the one thing that leads to the other thing, and then the other stars. Now this is what you have to know. My name is Osei Godfred. If you haven't followed this channel follow this channel. I'm going to give you everything that you need to know about this. When it comes to leadership, no one is qualified to be a leader. No one has been born to be a leader. No one was born with the skill of leadership. You can challenge me at the comment section. No one was born with the skill of being a leader. But what I do know is that we learned. Now, Moses, as the leader who went to Egypt to bring out the Israelites from the slavery, we all know that Moses was being trained in the kingdom of Pharaoh himself. Because at that point in time, Moses was being taken to place on water, and then the water, this kind of story, and you can read for yourself, and then go to whereby the Pharaoh's daughter picked him from the river, and then he nurtured him as his own. She nurtured him as his own son until the guy grew in the temple. So he knows a lot of things about leadership and a lot of things about kingship and those stuff. So let's put it as what I said when it comes to this industry, like our modernized system. Okay, those are the ages, the ages. So let's come to our modernized system. Before someone becomes a leader, the person has to go through a lot. Now let's see who is the current president of the United States right now. Just go and check history way back. In 2000 and something, he was nobody. Elon Musk today, as the richest man of the whole wide world, was nobody in 2009. He was nobody. Now, Louis Vuitton is someone who, in the fashion industry, is someone who has gained much. Is the richest person in this fashion industry. Like, who was nobody in 2010. Okay, so you can just go and check it if I'm not wrong, and just come and correct me. In 2009, let me put it that way. 2009, he was nobody. 2000 and forget about it. So this is what I'm trying to do. Let's focus on what I'm trying to mean over here. So this is what they focus on was the skill. Now the nobody becomes somebody through a skill, something called skill. Now I want you to understand that skill is one of the most powerful way a man can be transformed from being nothing to somebody. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to mean over here. Skill is one of the powerful way a man can be transformed from nobody to somebody. Now let me break it down for you to understand very well, because I don't want you to get confused over here. The Bible said a man's skill paved way for him in the sight of great men. I don't know if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong, okay. Pave way, the man's skills will pave way for him in the sight of great men. So your skill is what is going to take you through process. So let's say your skill, you are at the beginner level, you are learning, you are making mistakes, you are making your corrections and those stuff. So gradually, people get to notice that these skills is what you have, or you start monetizing your skill. Now you start monetizing your skills, people get to know you, they pay you for whatever, the skill, the service that you provide to them, whatever you provide to them, they pay you for that. Gradually, you satisfy, like you are able to satisfy like hundreds of people 200 of people, thousands of people, and then you are becoming known in the global system or in the community that you are inside. So people will need other people from different locations will need your skill to, you know, to better their life or to help them move forward in whatever they want to do, like in terms of maybe consulting, in terms of graphic design, in terms of any other thing, any other stuff. Okay, so it becomes like you get connected to people you are not even aware of, like you don't know them, you don't know their background, you have not ever met them in your entire life before, but you get to connect to them and then you work together. That's how skills is. So it paves way for you to enter into unknown doors, opportunities that you have never thought of. That is how skills are. So a man to be great, okay, a man needs a skills. So that is the reason why I started with leadership. That is the reason why I started with the story of Moses. For you as a young guy to progress in life, you can't be on your bed and tell me that you want to make money or you want to be rich. You can't be on your bed and tell me that you want to be a great person in future. No. A lot of people are mistaking this for something. Now, that's not the reality. It's not like the reality. And besides, many people are seeking for a job. I'm not against job, and I'm not against job. Besides, seeking for job is good, but what skills do you have? It got to a time Moses and this Pharaoh Egyptians, the story of Moses, Pharaoh and the Egyptians, you all know that it got to a time whereby Moses got stuck, Moses and the Egyptians, the Israelites got stuck, and the pinpoint of the river, the Red Sea, and then these pharaohs and his armies were coming after them. So just imagine what would have happened if God did not told Moses to stretch forth his hand. Then the first question God asked Moses was, "What do you have in your hands?" At the first encounter of God between God and Moses, okay, what do you have in your hands? And Moses was like, it's a stick, a rod. Okay, so a rod. And God asked him to place the rod down and then turn to a snake. Now, let me ask you something. What do you have, a young man, in your hand? Your hand, this hand. What do you have in your hand? What do you have in your hand? That is the most important question you need to ask yourself. You are done with school, you are done with whatever you call it, you are done with whatever you want to do. Now, what do you have in your hand? You don't need capital to start any other stuff, but you need a skill. Most people would doubt me for this, but you need a skill because you need a skill. Now, let me put it this way for you to understand very well. Skills is what is going to bring you the money. The skill that you have is what is going to bring you the money. Probably you are into the marketing sector, you want to sell or something, but you don't know how to sell about it. So you know how to sell. So this is very simple. Just go at the place where you want to, the things that you want to sell them. Just get a picture of them, post it on WhatsApp status, post it on social media. People start asking for the prices. Then you start making sales on that. That is a skill. I've given you one strategy for sales marketing. Now you go and learn for the rest of the So young guy, if you want to grow, if you want to make something, if you want to improve your life, I think you have to get a skill for yourself. You can't just be someone just wishing to get something. No. And the human just go and do something for yourself. Okay, just get something for yourself. My name is Osei Godfred. I love you guys. That's why I make sure you are okay. Thank you.